This is the next in my Saturday Superlatives series, and I'm focusing on wide receivers and tight ends, the pass catchers. And they had a pretty good day yesterday as a whole. But I'm going to start with these few. First, a couple of guys that are less familiar, at least to me, and probably many of you. There's a big-bodied wide receiver at Texas A&M named Caleb Chapman, who reminds me of those BYU receivers you used to see a few years ago who were 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", with big bodies and long arms and big hands. But he's more than just that. He displayed body control, he showed some production after the catch, and at times he was uncoverable and virtually took the game over in a few moments. He had 9 catches, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And another lesser-known name, at least thus far, but that's likely to change, is Jeff Flowers at Boston College. And I want to give a tip of the hat to my friend Donovan James, who told me about Phil Jerkovic, who's the current quarterback there, who's allowed them to unlock their downfield passing attack. And so, since he's gotten there, it's allowed, if you'll pardon the expression, Zay Flowers to blossom. And blossom he did to the tune of 6 catches, 162 yards, and 3 TDs. Now, going to a much more well-worn path, we find our way to Tuscaloosa. And Alabama, of course, has been a machine just churning out NFL talent, and the wide receiver position is no exception. They have 2 future top of the first or middle of the first, at the very worst, round-type wide receivers in Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith. Jalen Waddle had, by his standards, a sort of ho-hum day at the office with 6 catches, 120 yards. But Devontae Smith had a heck of a day with 6 receptions. Also, no, sorry, not 6. It was 13 receptions, 164 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then I want to finish with one of my guys, one of my favorites, someone I've been tracking since his days at Temple. And a graduate transfer has made his way down to Oxford, to Ole Miss, and that's Kenny Yabo. And the former Owl is just settling in, but already he's made a name for himself. And yesterday, against what we thought would be one of the better defensive matchups he'd have to face, he went off. Only 4 receptions, but 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Kenny Yabo is clearly one to watch, and he's already been one of my favorites.